Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic: what improved your quality of life so much, you wish you did it sooner? Sleeping when I'm sleepy. Instructions unclear, fired from work. Let me introduce you to car naps. At my office, pretty much every new parent co-worker would eat a quick lunch, then sit in their car and nap. Or take a 20-minute coffee break in their car. You knew the car nappers because their cars would be parked in a lot that was not quite visible from the office due to some trees and the spots were shaded. Learning to be okay with saying no and starting off all relationships, personal and professional, with healthy boundaries. You don't ever need an excuse to say no to if you don't want to do something. Don't feel like going out with friends that night. No thank you. Don't want to work an extra shift at your place of employment if it's not mandatory. No thanks, boss. Boundaries are amazing, and when set from the beginning, they are much easier to maintain for your own mental well-being. Edit. Well, this has become my highest upvoted comment. Thanks to everyone who responded with stories related to boundary setting, and stay strong if you still struggle with this. Givers have to set limits because takers don't have any. The only people who get upset at you having boundaries are the people who benefited by you having none. 43yo. Started exercising regularly again. 4x a week. Forget the physical benefits for a minute, the mental benefits outweigh the gains all day. This is exactly why I finally took up exercise. I've never considered myself a fitness girl by any means, but last winter my mental health took such a hit that I had to try something, and I liked it so much I'm still sticking with it. Edit. Wow, thanks for the awards. For anyone interested, I use the Fit On app. There's all kinds of cool workouts and it's free. Quitting smoking. I couldn't imagine life without it back then. But man, is life better without a constant need like that, not to mention all the health benefits. Me too. I can walk and run and go upstairs without wheezing now. I like being able to laugh without coughing, too. Letting my pride and ego take hits. I used to have been such a me person in my early life. When I allowed myself to be taken down a peg or two, I started having new perspectives on life and people around me. Edit. I don't have words. Thanks so much. It's a great lesson for young people. If you're wrong about something, don't double down on it, just admit fault, learn, and keep it moving. We all make mistakes, let's quit pretending we're somehow better than everybody else. Edit. I didn't mean to imply that only young people need to learn this, I just meant it's how we prevent future adults from being insufferable. Edit 2. Damn, so many rewards, thanks. It's just common sense though. Throwing out all my socks and buying a single type. No more looking for pairs. I did this a few years back and it was a game changer. I still have 3 types though: calf height black socks for office work, calf height white socks for outdoors work in boots, white ankle socks for casual wear or workouts. Laundry day is EZPZ for my shit. It's the 47,000 different kinds and colors of socks that my kids have that is the problem. Cutting out alcohol. I don't criticize anyone who drinks, but I was a problem drinker. Stopping that cycle improved everything about my life. I haven't quit drinking, but I've more or less quit getting drunk. Yes, it changes things. I'm the same way. I still drink occasionally but usually limit myself to 2 drinks. I realized that basically 99% of my most embarrassing instances and moments of bad judgment were when I was drunk. Me too. It took me a long time to figure out some people just can't drink, and I was one of those. Can't do 2 beers. 2 beers turns to 15 real quick. 1 is too many and 15 isn't enough, right? I quit just over 8 months ago. I don't feel terrible every morning, I have way less anxiety, I'm a better dad. Just happier overall. Flossing. I never saw the dentist as a kid, and no one really pushed me to or cared about my dental health. As an older editor who had poor dental hygiene growing up, keep at it. Getting old sucks as it is, but it's even worse when you have a problem that could have been avoided. As a kid I got braces and any flossing I did stopped completely right there since it was too annoying to work around them. Once I got them off, I overheard a relative of mine talking about how his dentist told him he'd have no teeth if he didn't start flossing, and for some reason that stuck with me. However, I still really hated flossing my back teeth with floss alone, so I began looking for flossing picks and ended up finding a great one specifically designed to assist in getting the back teeth, Dentec Easy Reach Floss Picks. Ever since buying those, there has been nearly no days where I missed flossing. While I would strongly recommend anyone who hates using string alone to look into flossers, and I would like to endorse these picks, there is a slight issue. They redesigned them recently and I have not had a chance to use the new design. Just looking at them I can tell they still have the good shape for back teeth flossing and they seem fine, but the floss quality was changed and I haven't tried the new floss yet, so I don't know how good they currently are. Edit. Welp, this is slowly becoming one of my fastest upvoted comments ever, so I figured I'd say a few more things. First, something I forgot to mention about the Dentec flossers is that while most of the time I could reuse a single flosser multiple times for my whole mouth, you were gross. Says the person reusing the same toothbrush for 6 months. Don't worry, I cleaned them. I did notice that every now and then I'd open a new package and discover that all the flosser would snap almost immediately. This wasn't some of the flosser in the pack issue. It was always the entire pack was great or the entire pack was duds. That being said, I believe this has only happened for 2 packs out of over 30, but I do want to be as honest as possible. Second, many people have pointed out that water picks are also a good option that produce far less plastic waste. More importantly, however, if you or your kids are getting braces, this is by far a much easier way to floss your teeth with all the metal in the way. I actually had a water pick while I had braces and it worked well, but for a really stupid reason I never used it. The outlet in the bathroom only worked while the light was turned on, so I couldn't charge the water pick in the bathroom, but since it wasn't in the bathroom I would just forget about it. Looking online, water pick technology seems to have come a long way, even so far as to have cordless waterproof ones. I might look into trying them again once I run out of the plastic types. Automating simple yet time-consuming tasks like Excel macros. You wouldn't realize how much time you save beforehand, but it sure does save heaps. Excel is a huge part of my work. Where do I learn this stuff? Thank you. A good starting point is to enable the developer ribbon in Excel. Google it, it's easy. Next, don't bother trying to write any VBA. Just record a macro for a simple, but repetitive task, like moving to a certain cell and pasting. Recording a macro is as easy as pressing the record button, doing a few things in Excel, and pressing the stop button. Now, every time you run that macro, it repeats what you recorded. You can assign a keyboard shortcut to launch it. Again, Google is your friend. Next, look at the VBA behind the macro you just made. That's what you'll be writing yourself once you learn a bit more. Mess around with the code, see what happens when you change bits. This will give you a feel for it. Once you're at this stage, start reading beginner-level tutorials on VBA. You can record something similar to what you want, then fine-tune it for a lot of tasks, so you don't need to be an expert to build some really useful macros that can literally shave hours off your day. Well, I picked up the most from my internships and early analyst days, but that's because I had prior coding background. I once worked in software development /QA. I was told from recent recruits that they've learned macro and VBA from YT or LinkedIn Learning tutorials. You could also ask your firm whether they provide these type of skill training. Deleting all the people from high school I don't see anymore from social media. Deleting social media altogether. No Facebook, no Twitter, only limited amounts of Reddit. Does wonders. What's this limited amounts of Reddit you speak of? I did this too. Was one of my best decisions. Social media has never been a kind place for me. Working from home in IT. Fuck, this environment and industry fit me like a glove. WFH is amazing. I can't imagine ever wanting to commute for work again. No more losing time, money and sleep. I love having ownership over my schedule. I went back to office work half the time. It is nice to see everyone, but once I start working I hate it. 99% of people spend a maximum 6 hours a day working. The time sitting at my desk for image between 3 to 5 are absolutely brutal. Everyone can see my desk and laptop, no Reddit, no anything. I grind away for 6 hours to scroll through the same shit I've seen on LinkedIn 100 times. At home, I am more comfortable. Can get a lot of administrative / busy work done when I have a TV show or movie I've seen a million times playing in the background. For serious need to be on top of it stuff, I have my basement. Fuck driving in the car for over an hour every day to say hello to people. Eating healthy. It's amazing after you realize how much you feel like shit after you just took down a double cheeseburger, extra large fries, and a large Coke, but at the time, you don't realize it and just think you're tired. Good eating habits and exercising changed my life. Drinking more water. Edit. Thank you everyone for the awards and upvotes. When I got my first real job, I still had no money. The options for something to drink at work were either paying for a soda or water, which was free. One day of drinking water all day, no coffee, no soda, just water, and I had this holy shit. I've just been thirsty for the past 25 years. Moment, and I never looked back. Water. Or beer. That's it. Same, if you ever see me drinking anything that isn't water, it has alcohol in it. Ditto. I am on a 384-day streak of drinking as much water as the Hydrat app says I should, based on my body weight, the weather, and my degree of activity. It's changed my life. I used to get 4 or 5 headaches per week, and now I get maybe 1 bad headache per month. No migraines in that time. I thought I was just destined to be a headachy person. Nope. When I think about how dehydrated I used to live, I can hardly believe it. My poor organs.